quiet, SANWO-OLU. We will appreciate your silence because it makes you look reasonable. But when you open your mouth, we're able to assess what is in there and your thought process. We conclude that you don't mean well for us and for our country, and that you are attacking an innocent man. We might come after you. We will certainly reply you. So I don't think we are happy with the marketing our country. Nobody would be happy to, talk or speak less or mischaracterize his or her country. But there's a very thin line between pretense and telling the truth, or a thin line between cover up and telling the truth. All of us can pretend in the name of patriotism and be lying about the true state of things. And we have also discovered that our politicians thrive on whatever characterization we give the things that feed their incompetence and corruption. In time past, Nigerians have believed so much in their country that they swallowed everything. They took bullets for the country. But guess who were benefiting from that level of mediocrity where you will be suffering and smiling? It was the very few who take advantage of our love for our country, take advantage of our faith in the country to be having a field day. Why would we love our country and cover up the things that happen in it, whereas those who do those things are very shameless about their actions? Take, for instance, the very actions of President in recent times. When Mr. President declared a state of emergency with a kind of fear-mongering that wasn't existent because of personal interest. Everybody knows. I'm not going to come here and pretend to you and tell you that there was a problem in Rivers State. There was no problem in Rivers State. But the president had a mission with his friend, Wike, the minister of the FCT, which they were not achieving through their plots. So they one day decided to declare martial law in Rivers State and removed an elected governor. When I reason this stuff, I don't even know that in a democracy, we have a part of our country that is ruled by martial law. And that part of the country is at peace, except for the infighting of people or two persons who have disagreements on how to go about their unconstitutional behaviors. And because also this same state delivered what they called to deliver River State for Mr. President. What are they delivering? You carry a people and you put them in the hands of a man who they never voted for, a man they never actually wanted his leadership. You stole their mandate. Actually, the people of River State spoke about who they wanted. But nobody is thinking about the enormity of hijacking the will of the people, folding the whole papers of the votes of the people and trashing them, and then call it to deliver. It's actually to deliver because it's freely done with the powers of the states. Carry this whole millions of Nigerians in that portion of Nigeria and hand over to a man who never merited their votes, a man who they never actually asked to represent them or to govern them. And because you're also looking to repeat the same anomaly in a few years' time, you are devising unconstitutional means to achieve that. And you declare martial law. Whereas somewhere in the north of the Nigeria state, our people are buried in mass grave constantly with our presidency, our highest leadership telling us that they are helpless, that they are overwhelmed, that they don't know what to do. Yet, there is no martial law, no state of emergency declared in those places. So you see, when this action happened, it resounded all over the world. It sounded like there's a military takeover in Nigeria. Why am I giving this example? Because what they think is that this news don't get out of the country. We are not going to patch it with you guys. Patriotism will require that we say things the way they are. Why? Because if we mischaracterize, if we give a wrong identity to our problem, we'll be giving the wrong diagnosis. We will be taking wrong actions in trying to solve those problems. So for SANWO-OLU, the governor of Lagos State, to be so angry with Peter Obi for delivering a lecture as to why we are where we are. Peter Obi did not set out to go and the markets in their world, Nigeria, in the United States. Mind you, the man that introduced him in that lecture at the HOPKINS University knows very much about Nigeria and the terrains, everything happening. Or you think the world is not listening, the world is not monitoring. We are in an area where everybody is searching out leadership, checking out where it is happening. And considering all the saga that has surrounded Mr. President from the times of the campaigns to the elections, to post-elections, and to his activities, he has become so notorious. So Nigerians don't even need to market or so-called the market him. He is the chief marketer of his administration. And you guys, his aides, the people aiding him, are his assistant marketers. So I want to tell SANWO-OLU that Peter Obi did not set out to the market Nigeria. He is delivering a lecture. And in that lecture, he compared Nigeria with every other country that set out as a third world nation with Nigeria in some years back. I could remember when Indonesia, India, Bangladesh, most Asian countries were rated as third world countries with Nigeria. Many of them have taken deliberate steps, conscientious steps to go off that list. But Nigeria, instead of moving, the indices were even very nice as at then. But Nigeria, instead of moving further, how do you measure growth? A continuous increase towards positive features, towards indices. While retrogression is a backward shift, a negative shift. Nigeria has not shifted in the positive with those indices. Rather, it is depreciating, retrogressing. So those indices are clear. The people that are studying nations also know. The World Bank will come here and give you templates and make forecasts. With which data are they doing such forecasts? It is with this same data that I am talking about. So nothing is hidden. We live in an era where nothing is hidden. So do not say Obi went to the market Nigeria. We are telling the truth. Because what you guys thought or still think is that we are in those days where you can tell us anything, because that's how we got here. We were believing everything the government tells us on the pages of newspapers, and they were having a field day behind our back. But the Nigerian people, Africans, and the world at large is keen to information. They are now open to monitoring governance patterns because they understand how exactly it pans out in their lives. So, having given these preambles, I will tell Governor SANWO-OLU to adopt silence, because silence is golden. You don't come out the more to show yourself, because some of the things, or most of the things you wrote about Peter Obi are simply malicious, because right within your mind, you know that they are not actually the truth. How malicious can a leader be? It's like you have an assignment to begin to attack Peter Obi, but let me tell you that it will be counterproductive. Every effort to attack Peter Obi will be very counterproductive. You know, you're one of the governors. SANWO-OLU is one of the governors I revere, probably because of his demeanor of silence and open-mindedness. But stooping so low to jump into the gutters with desperate politicians, with the Tinubu group, will earn you nothing but the roasting of Nigerians, because we will not buy into lies this time around. That is the way we protest. We show our anger and displeasure over the mismanagement of your administration for our country. Keep quiet, SANWO-OLU. We will appreciate your silence because it makes you look reasonable. But when you open your mouth, we're able to assess what is in there and your thought process. We conclude that you don't mean well for us and for our country, and that you are attacking an innocent man. We might come after you. We will certainly reply you. So silence is golden, because it was also when Mr. Sheyi, the president's son, opened his mouth that we saw how empty he was. My father this, my father that, like an over-pampered child, a child who doesn't understand what the Nigerian person is going through, who is riding on the back of a father who has plundered our country and is boasting. We saw the emptiness, the emptiness of the brats, a spoilt brat, a spoilt, over-pampered brat who is feeding large on the Nigerian people. And as you open your mouth, Mr. Governor SANWO-OLU, we yet again see an emptiness that lies cannot fill. It is only honesty that will fill that emptiness. You know, we have to face our problems squarely, and it only starts by telling ourselves the truth, that we are not where we are supposed to be, and that we recognize the problems, the reasons why we got where we are. Because they say after a race, you will check the miles covered. And we were also taught that work, which is synonymous to progress, results, is product of time times distance covered. Energy exerted compared with what was achieved. We cannot be wasting our time as a country. Nigeria is at a crossroad, and our solution can only begin by telling ourselves the truth. The insecurity in the north has lingered, yes, because we refuse to tell ourselves the truth. It doesn't matter where that truth is told. You can say, why don't we say it in Nigeria? Whether we say it in Nigeria or we say it outside Nigeria, the world has become a global village. Everything is open. So the honesty of realizing where we are will help us solve our problems. Obi only diagnosed our problem. He didn't demarcate Nigeria. In the actual sense, he is the patriot here against those who lie to themselves, because the greatest lie you can ever tell is the one you tell yourself. The worst form of lies you can tell is the one you tell yourself, because that will amount to serious deception. And it's deadly. So, the more you throw tantrums, you throw things at a man who is being sincere, we are all in it together. We own up that we have not been doing well. So forget about the wishy-washy. Forget about the packaging. We are not interested to tow that route with you. Not anymore. Nigerians will say things the way they are. And we expect our leaders to be that honest, to wield the powers they have for the benefits of our country. Change your style, Governor SANWO-OLU of Lagos State.